I was so excited when I saw that Pat McGrath was coming out with a mini palette. This palette sells for $29 and I think that makes it super affordable. It is small but mighty. I put together 3 completely different looks from this palette. This palette features 5 mothership colors plus 1 new metallic. I can tell you that 3 of these colors, the Skin Show Divine, the Entrapment, and the Extreme Aubergine, come out of the Mothership 5 palette. I don't know where the other 2 come from, and I'm going to guess that it is the Night Creature, that metallic purple that is the new shade. Here are swatches of the palette. Across the top, Skin Show Divine, Glow, Entrapment, Sunset Bronze, and on the lower, Extreme Aubergine, Eleganza, and Night Creature. Let's get into the looks. I'm starting with a big fluffy crease brush and going into the shade Entrapment. I'm using a windshield wiper motion back and forth. This is one of those shades that if you use a light hand, you're going to get a nice light version of this color, or you can build it up to be a really strong color. Here's a flat shader brush, my unnamed, unnumbered Morphe shader brush that I absolutely love. And I am picking up that Extreme Aubergine. I am in love with this shade. It is amazing. It's dark, but it's not black, it's not gray, so it doesn't have the same kind of harshness. It makes the green in my eyes absolutely pop. I've just gone underneath my lower lash line and done a really little bit on the upper lash line, the outer third. With my hooded eyes, I can't do any kind of a wing, and I hesitate to even call this a kitten because it's just not. But on my eyes, it's what works. I'm now going into the shade Eleganza, and there's a little bit of purple in this shade. It doesn't really look like it so much in the pan. I know you can see it on screen, and it definitely comes through when you put it on. Now I'm going into Skin Show Divine Glow with this very small brush to highlight my brow. This would also be a great shade for doing the inner corner of your eye. I am going to tightline with my new favorite, the CoverGirl 24-Hour Exhibitionist eyeliner. This is in the dark gray shade. And for mascara, I'm using the Lancome Lash Idol. And here is the final look, and I could not be more thrilled. I just love this look. For this look, I really want to use this Night Creature color. I think that a lot of times we as mature ladies shy away from something like this, and you know, there's nothing wrong with it if it's not your comfort zone or you don't like it, but if you're intrigued by it, if you want to try it, you should go for it. So that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to go for it. I'm going to use my hooded eyes to my advantage. What I mean by that is I am going to pack this color in all over the movable part of my lid. So when I close my eyes, boom, it's going to be a punch of color. But when they're open, there's just going to be a little band of it. This is a Rephr 02 brush. It's a dense but short shader brush, and so I can really work that color into the brush and then go onto my eyelid. And that color does not disappoint. And you can see what I mean. When my eye is open, there's just that little band of color. When I close it, you really get the full effect. My eyes are green-blue, and when I wear purples and plums, it really pops the green. I'm gonna take a slightly fluffier crease brush. This is a Sonia G. It's actually called a mini booster. I don't know what that means. To me, it looks like a fluffy crease brush. And I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of entrapment and go in and do my crease. And really what I'm doing is smoothing out the upper edge of that purple shade. I want a little more color up here on the upper part of my lid, so I'm going to go in with a little bit more. I overshot, so now I'm going to blend it out. I want to carve my brow out a little bit, so I'm going to go in with the Skin Show shade, that bright one, and do a little highlighting under my brow. I'm going to go in with this Morphe 432 flat shader brush. First I'm going to pick up some Eleganza, not much, and go underneath my lower lashes. And you know, I think that's all I'm gonna do down there. Let me finish up the look. So now that I have all of this done, and I tightlined with brown eyeliner and used brown mascara, the one thing I'm noticing is I do want to just darken up the outer corner of my eye. And the Extreme Aubergine is the perfect shade for that. There, you know, it was just a small touch, but I really feel like it brought it all together, and I think this would be a gorgeous evening look. I'm going to create the most neutral look out of this palette that I can. Again, I'm starting with entrapment in my crease, and I am using a MAC 217, which is my absolute holy grail for my crease. It's a smaller crease brush, but because I don't have a ton of real estate, it works perfectly for me. You can see I've gotten it sheared out pretty well. Now I'm going in with Sunset Bronze on the movable part of my lid, just using my finger. That is a great way to work with shimmers because a little bit of oil on your fingers helps pick up the color. And now I'm going in with Eleganza and doing the inner third of the movable part of my lid with Eleganza over that Sunset Bronze color, just to lighten it up a wee bit. That unnamed Morphe brush again, and the shade Extreme Aubergine. That is the only dark matte shade in this palette, but what a great shade to have. And I'm just using my finger to diffuse it a bit, and of course I used the same finger that I just put that shimmer eyeshadow on with. Oops. And here is the final look. Do you own any Pat McGrath palettes? Leave me a comment down below. And I think you're going to enjoy this video on a different Pat McGrath palette that I reviewed. And here is my playlist of all my eyeshadow reviews.